So, let's talk about game two between the Cardinals and the Braves. What a complete domination from Mike Fultonevich. And you could really say the same with Flaherty until Adam Duvall came into the game in the sixth, I think. But man, what a pitching game from Fultonevich. Completely dominated the Cardinals lineup through 7 innings. Cardinals had no answer for him on offense. And even when they put somebody on base, they could not advance the runners. He did really well with runners on base, and the few times that we had a runner in scoring position. But the final score of the game was 3-0 Atlanta. Now, this is the scoring chances that happened. Donaldson roped a single to the left to score Albies with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. That's the second game now. Atlanta has either putting up runners in heavy in the first inning or put up runs heavy in the first inning. But and then in the bottom of the second, Albies committed an error. It did not impact the game at all. He got out of that inning pretty quickly after that. Colton Wong completely demolished a ball to right field, but it fell short of the right field wall, and Matt Joyce ended up catching it. And that was with 2 runners on in the top of the fourth. Or no, 1 runner on. Bottom 4, Braves had a running mishap with Dansby Swanson at the plate. They were trying what I imagine would have been a hit and run with Swanson. He ended up striking out. Matt Joyce, who was going to second on the pitch, was caught in a rundown, and then Markakis tried to come home when they were in the middle of that rundown. Wong threw it to third and tagged up Markakis to get the double play to end the inning, and that was with 1 out. So that inning went nowhere because of that double play. In the bottom of the 7th, Brian Snitker decided to take out Fultonevich, who the fans let him know that why would you take out Fultonevich? That was just a bad idea, and I didn't blame him. I mean, look at what their bullpen did in Game 1. But he put in Adam Duvall with runner on first with 2 outs. Fans ended up being happy when Adam Duvall took a 3-2 fastball, which was pretty much down the middle, but up in the zone, over the wall, pretty much dead center, to make the score 3-0. Bottom of the 9th, Braves bring in Mike Melanson to get a 3-run, Mark Melanson to bring in to get a 3-run save. At that point, Braves fans got to be feeling like, this cannot be a repeat of Game 1. For the love of God, do not let this be a repeat of Game 1. And what at the beginning of the inning, it started to look like that. Edman grinded out to first to get 1 out. Goldschmidt poked a single up center field with 1 out. And then Ozuna hit the single to right to put the tying run at the plate. So it's starting to look like Game 1. And then Melanson bared down and struck out Molina and Colton Wong to end the game. And then some stats for the hitting wise for both teams. Marcell Ozuna went 2 for 4. Yadier Molina went 2 for 4, and Paul Goldschmidt went 1 for 4. For the Braves, Ronald Acuna went 1 for 4. Ozzie Albies went 1 for 4 with a run, and Adam Duvall, who pinched it for Fultonevich, went 1 for 1, a 2-run homer. Pitching-wise for St. Louis, Flaherty went 7 innings, 8 runs, 8 hits allowed, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Tyler Webb threw 1 inning with 2 strikeouts. Fultonevich went 7 innings, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts. Max Fried relieved him through 1 inning, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. And then Mark Melanson got the save with a 1 inning, 2 hit, 2 strikeouts in the bottom of the 9th. Keys to victory for Atlanta, it was behind the pitching. Fultonevich pitched out of his mind. Had nasty stuff the entire game. And then Duvall with the 2-run dinger to put the game out of reach entirely. The game, like I said, the game was a pitching duel. From Fultonevich pitching out of his mind and Flaherty pitching pretty good. Even though he allowed 3 runs, he gave the Cardinals a chance. They just could not do anything at the plate, which is why, reasons for the loss for St. Louis, they could not score anybody. And then when they had people on base, they couldn't advance the runner. Look at the bottom of the ninth, for example. Runners on first and second with 2 outs, with 1 out. Runners on first and second with 1 out. And then Mark Melanson struck out Yadi Molina on a fastball high out of the zone. And then he struck out Colton Wong on a curveball down in the dirt. Which, what a great curveball by Melanson. That looked good until it just fell off the table. But going ahead to Game 3, St. Louis has Adam Wainwright going in St. Louis, which for the past 5 starts or so, he hasn't done great. I think an ERA about 5. And then Mike Soroka coming in for Atlanta. So you got to give the edge to Soroka on that one. And then just a look out for the games. Atlanta needed Game 2. You could not be 2-0 in the series behind going to St. Louis for the next 2 games. That would have just been a death trap for Atlanta. And I'm happy Atlanta won. I just want a competitive series, which is what we're getting. The series is so far really great and everything. But yeah, any guess for me? I gotta give it to Atlanta. The pitching matchup's great. Only problem for me with Atlanta is their bullpen still and being on the road. But I think they can overcome that stuff with a great pitching performance from Soroka. If Soroka can get anywhere near what Fultonevich did in Game 2, they'll be fine. Atlanta putting up runs isn't a worry. They have one of the best rookie cores in the game of baseball, with Albies, Acuna. I would still put Freeman in there. Freeman's still pretty young. But you got those 3 starting off the game. Well, 3 or 4. Donaldson's their 3rd, I think. But those 3 out of 4 starting off the game, that's going to be a nightmare. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. If you watched it, just let me know what you guys thought of the game and everything. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button and subscribe for Game 3 recap. And I'll see you guys later.